Hi guys, welcome to Terra Angel Intuitive. This is Jess. I am a psychic medium and an intuitive reader, and I wanted to kind of touch base with you guys today about a message that Spirit is kind of guiding me towards. This is not the first time I've been trying to do the video today, but I do want to kind of talk about the lead up to where we are right now. I'm going to jump right into the message. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, you kind of know my style. It's a bit different, non-traditional. That's just how I roll with Spirit. But in sitting down and kind of meditating and connecting with the energy, I was starting to gravitate towards a lot of my stones that were green, and my jewelry, my card decks, different things that were that green, and recognizing that pull towards them. That kind of lets me know that we're talking about a message concerning the heart chakra, concerning love. And I think it's really appropriate because the day that I am filming it, it is Mother's Day. And so that's also, I think, something that we need to consider that could be a basis of the message. So in trying to start the video the first time, I was getting into the flow of things, and really I had my windows open and something really disruptive. I think there was a motorcycle that passed by, and it disrupted my train of thought, and it kind of jolted me out of that heart space, that loving energy. And as a result, to kind of continue and to protect this sacred space, I decided that I wanted to close the windows that I have in my house. I do like to keep them open when it's nice out. I love the breeze coming through and hearing the birds, but I think it's really important to consider the representation of that. You know, it's almost a feeling of having your heart open for love and really being available, open to the movement of the energy, because it feels good, it sounds good. You want to kind of get lost in that heart space, the emotion, and then sometimes something unexpected that you're not even anticipating can come and just jolt you into a different energetic space. And as a result, I took an action. I could have, left the windows open and allowed whatever to come through, at knowing that I was taking a chance for another disruptive sound to happen. So, I do feel like I'm being led to highlight that this could be one of those types of love where you really want it to work out, because it could be great, it could feel good, and when it feels good, it really does. You can settle right into it. It's natural. But, at any point, something unexpected can happen, and it causes you to put up protection so that doesn't happen again. And the fact that I had to try again this second time, but with the windows up, with the windows down, I closed myself off. I can still see out them, so it's almost a layer of protection, kind of a filter. All right, so let's see kind of where we're going with that beginning message. I'm also being drawn. I have lots of things on my desk that really just give me joy and happiness, and this is one of them. This is something that one of my spirit guides left me, and in a random spot that absolutely it would not have made any sense for me to find it, but this just little green army figure. So I'm going to put this out here. Yeah, I think we're kind of going along the protecting the heart, but protecting it in a healthy way. And my confirmation from my candle. For those of you that are not new, that are new to my videos, my spirit guides do communicate with me through candles. It's much cheaper than the light bulbs that they were using, because I was having to replace those quite often at one point in time. So we've kind of made a deal to communicate in a, a more economical way. All right, Spirit, what does the viewer need to know? Where are we going here? I'm picking up on an energy that has been burned many times. Still hopeful, but definitely been burned quite a few times. Okay, family. Yeah, I had a feeling we were going this way. So loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. What's interesting, however, is that the deck that I used is actually more for, career, spiritual career and stuff. So the fact that we kind of have that family card as a direction for this one, or out of the particular deck, is very significant. Okay, I need to pull more cards before we go into the message. Okay. And again, with this deck too, this is a past life deck. The fact that we pulled up 3 cards based on religion, right out the bat, is very significant as well. I'm just reading the energy real quick. So if I do get quiet, I'm just connecting with the message that Spirit has for me. I do my readings a little bit differently. Like I said, I'm an intuitive reader, so when I use traditional tarot cards, I don't necessarily use the traditional tarot meanings associated with them. So if you're here for that, I'm just going to disappoint you. Like I said, I march to the beat of my own drum. That's just how I work with Spirit. But there are some other really great readers on, on YouTube, if you're looking for that. Okay. All right, Spirit, what messages do we have today for the viewer? I really find it interesting that I have not been called to use a tarot deck yet. It's almost as if I'm having to put all of these outside pieces together, having to grasp at different bits of information to create a message. It's almost very scattered to really find out what's going on. I'm seeing the image of like a glass bowl, a decorative glass bowl that has been shattered. There's glass pieces everywhere. It's actually one of those beautiful, the cobalt blue ones with the decorative design on the white, porcelain, china, whatever it is. Oh, family heirloom. Okay. So I'm getting that image of this bowl shattering and all the pieces going everywhere. But I'm getting the image as if somebody is rewinding it and replaying it backwards. So it's almost as if all the scattered pieces are coming back together to create this beautiful bowl. And so that is what I feel that this message is concerning. So it's almost as if you are trying to figure out where you were loved, where you were not loved, in what moments was it authentic, in what moments was it not, and having to really piece together what genuine love was and who showed it to you. Because what was taught to you versus what you know now, there's a hypocrisy to it. I'm hearing, you better make your mother happy. It's that message, like if you don't make her happy, then you know what the consequence is going to be. This energy is complicated. Yeah. Okay. Let's see where we're going, because it really feels like it is almost an ancestral or a generational pattern. A learned behavior passed down the generations of how to love, or what the particular role of the mother is supposed to be. The matriarch of the family is what I'm hearing. And I'm seeing something in the dark. But I'm also hearing the phrase teachings of the Father. Okay, I don't have enough, so I don't want to speculate yet. Let's keep moving. To see where this energy is taking me, because it's really, it has a lot of layers to it. And again, I'm not being pulled for tarot yet. Okay, shower of abundance. and then Cupid. Relationship. Okay. So how you were loved as a child is affecting your adult relationship. So we're going back into one of these messages today. And I've stated that quite often in a lot of my readings because, I worked for many years in the mental health profession, loved my job. But a lot of the times, whenever clients were coming in with issues about their current relationships, I typically would go explore the relationships that they had or they witnessed as a child with their parents or that their parents showed them among themselves. So there's definitely a pattern in the generational way of showing love. The family dynamic is very important here. So this one, I'm noticing the open hands here and the wealth coming out. This one, I'm recognizing those open hands. This one, I'm recognizing the open hands. And then even in this one, look, we've got open hands here. But her posturing is a little bit different. I'm getting a sense of expectation there, which is odd. A feeling of entitlement. So, oh goodness. Okay. I don't like this energy, guys. So we have a mother figure that is expecting to be the center of the family unit. She wants people to see her as the light. She wants people to kind of dote on her and give her love. But I'm not sure because she's cloaked and robed and not paying attention to everybody else. That she's not giving. I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was a black puff of smoke that came up from my candle. And it has not done that any other time. She's not giving what she wants others to give to her. There's no reciprocation. I'm getting a very selfish, narcissistic energy to it. And she expects other people to build things for her and to work themselves in order to give her that. It's an expectation. Yeah. Okay. And again, the pauses, it's like a lack of connection. she'll connect with you only when she knows she's getting something from you, right? Because somebody's giving her love, kind words, breathing life into her. You know, being mesmerized by her in this fantasy world that she's kind of created, which isn't the reality of the situation. It's almost as if she's in her own world. There's that separation, you know. There's a component in this with the waterfalls, and I'm getting emotional turbulence. Guys, I just don't like this energy. So it would make sense why you are wanting to reverse that image of the shattered china, to really piece together what is truth and what is not truth. And is it something that you want to spend time repairing? Or is this a relationship that you need to cut off? Protect yourself. You can still look through the windows, but you're not letting any of that energy into your space. And I know Mother's Day is hard for some people because not everybody has that picture perfect idea of what a mother should be. Or you may be coming to truth now in your journey about what's going on there. The quiet reflection, the pause, the moments to really sit back and look at the picture, see the components, see it, all the cards, all of these particular cards are on the table. Yes, there's more cards that we're going to have to pull, but I'm getting a framework with what I have right now. And that could be what you're doing as well with this energy. Really looking at things for what they are, almost as if you're removing your own emotional attachment to it so you can see it in a more logical way. It's like you kind of, I'm hearing, tied up the emotions for now. So you've kind of, you're protecting them. So you can look at this situation. You're protecting yourself by removing your emotions. So you can really look at the picture and piece everything together. And I feel like there's a block, an energetic block. I know I should be pulling some of these cards. I know I have some cards that I need to flip over and read so we can continue this reading. But I feel blocked in my heart chakra. Like there is this, a boundary. It's almost as if there is, you know, with magnets, when you put the opposite ends of magnets together and you feel how they repel, that force when you feel them. I'm feeling that in my heart space. And my candle is really going crazy there. You are energetically protecting your heart space. Oh, okay. That's a tricky line to walk. There is a purpose, yes, but it's a tricky line to walk, because if you keep it closed off, then you are going to repel everything, even the good love. And then it's going to really have a blockage. So I do want to caution you, the viewer that I'm picking up on, but probably multiple viewers, I want to caution you not to close off your heart space entirely. So this is showing me that we need to talk about boundaries. Boundaries are going to be very important, because I think there's people don't really understand what boundaries are. There's a purpose for them. You can be nice and still have a boundary. I know a lot of people, especially women, because in society, women have been taught to be meek and submissive, right? We've been taught a lot about having this biblical role that we're supposed to have. And we're supposed to be submissive and subservient to the needs of others. Or we give to others at our own expense, but it's not how it is. You know, every person has the right to give and receive love. Every person has a right to be respected and valued. Because when you don't have those, especially if you don't feel it within yourself, then we have a power play that comes in. And I'm seeing that, again, the energies of this card is so different than how I've read them in many, many other readings where they come up. I'm getting a pompousness to this. I know what's best, so I don't need you to tell me type of attitude here. She's got a crown on, so it's kind of, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm the one in charge of this family. I'm the one that's done that. Really, it's a power play. And so power and control. And so when we introduce the power and control dynamic, it really can get cross signals with what love is and what respect is. Do you respect only out of fear of what the repercussions are going to be? And that's what I'm feeling. Excuse me, I'm sorry, my throat, it got scratchy throat. So yeah, that's showing me that if the heart chakra is blocked off, then you're also blocking your throat chakra too. Not able to speak up, or you don't want to speak up because you know what those repercussions are. This energy is not wanting me to say the truth. This energy is wanting me to keep it right here, because if we keep it right here, then we're not going to really go down to the nitty-gritty of it where you can make changes, because this is working for that particular mother figure. Could be grandmother, could be aunt. It could be, even a friend situation. It could be I'm hearing hearing church group situation. Just be mindful. Make sure actions are matching what people are saying, because actions do speak louder than words. Somebody can say they want you and like you around, but then they ignore you and only talk to you when it's convenient for them, or only certain people are around, so they can get something from you. This is not a forthcoming. This is a toxic energy being masked with light. They are using light and religion, or light and goodness, to mask true intentions. I don't trust it. But it makes you second guess, because they're coming at you where, and other people may not be picking up on it. I don't like this energy. Okay. And it's hard if you're in this dynamic, because you could have been taught that blood is thicker than water. You could have been taught that family never leaves each other. Family is always there for you, or any of those messages. Okay, all right. Oh, I don't like this energy, guys. I don't. Okay, we're gonna work on getting through this reading. Okay. We have the Two of Swords. Again, I don't necessarily do traditional tarot meanings. So I see that, it's this woman disguised as a flower, as the light, right? But on the other side of these petals, there are swords there. So there's hidden. And again, it's the same posture as this one. Eyes closed. But instead of the hands, right? Instead of these hands, in this one, they're swords. So, here it is. This is what she's disguised as, right? With the light. Goodness, something beautiful, life-giving, religious, spiritual. I mean, that's just the energy I'm getting. But underneath, there's that darkness, that shroudedness. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't like it. Nope. Guys, this okay. And then we have the Seven of Wands. Very defensive. Okay, but I'm getting a different energy from this one. So this could be you, the viewer. Kind of exploring things. It's funny that she's got that green bracelet on there too. And all of this green here. So this is you trying to protect your heart space by looking at the full picture, looking at everything. And all these little birds in the background, to me, that I'm picking up that you are paying attention to what other people are saying, paying attention to past actions, paying attention to current actions versus what currently is being told to you. And there's one, I'm not sure if you can see it, there is a lightning bolt that is going straight, it looks like it's going right into her head. I think it's in the background with the storms behind it, but it's almost as if you are really using your intuition. And with the red color of her dress and the bands of green on her, you're really going to your foundation, because I think you've done a lot of work on your own core values, on your own beliefs, having to really, you've dealt with being hurt and jaded by romantic relationships. And in doing that, you recognized a pattern that it stemmed farther back into childhood relationships, especially with what this mother figure taught you in that dynamic. So you're approaching this from a rooted place that you have built, and you are standing firm. Her stance, she's in a fighting stance. She's still open to receiving the message. She's willing to listen, but she's using her own values and her intuition to really see the truth of what's going on. She's not letting her heart lead her, but I do think she's still aware of it. There's a very conscious awareness of it. But that's not her main focus. To this one, it's almost as if she is taking a more logical stance to it. If somebody's going to be fighting you, and I'm thinking more spiritually, energetically, you're not going to sit there and have, all of these open arms. You're not going to have this open posture like that. You're going to come in and defend yourself. And that's what she's doing. Okay, a little bit of a side message here. This could also be you reparenting yourself. If your mother in real life parented you from this other energy, and you're doing the inner work and the healing work, sometimes the family that raised us will never be capable of helping us heal the way that we need to. They loved us the best that they knew how to. And I'm not saying this mother didn't love you, okay? It just wasn't healthy. And so in your progression, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, in your progression and your own growth, you're having to reparent yourself. And this could be that. So then we have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, you felt like you were, I'm hearing, tricked and stolen from. Like what you thought, because with the circus tent behind there, I'm getting the childhood component. You know what? You're reclaiming your childhood. You're healing your childhood. You're dealing with the shadows, which would be that mask, right? And we have the hat, which is the green, the heart space, and then we have the red. So you're coming in and you are kind of taking back what was taken from you, healing the parts that you were hurt in the background. Yeah. So you're reparenting yourself. You know, things are being illuminated for you. But it's you taking control of the situation. And we have the Judgment reverse. Doing the shadow work. It's almost as if it's a purging to a certain degree. Like this white light is pushing all of those shadows out, pushing out the toxicity. Pushing out those negative self-beliefs and recognizing that you are a child of God. You are of light and of love, and that is what you deserve. And you have to get rid of those. And that's what you're working on. You're having to really confront a lot of ideas about traditional roles and traditional values and spirituality versus religion. Yeah, I'm seeing spirituality versus religion because they are two different things. Sometimes people will use religion and religious teachings as a mask for them to manipulate other people. And I believe that was what was a huge component in your upbringing. And so you're protecting your heart. You're rebuilding yourself. You're reparenting yourself. You're revisiting a lot of things in the past that you didn't recognize really affected your present relationships. And it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be relationships within the workplace as well. Even your view on how you're supposed to interact with other members of society. Okay, let's see what these are. Okay, interested. Helpless. Innocent. Okay, guys. It did get more dark. And this is for a very, very small group, if not just one of you. But I do need to say this, and this is going to be a trigger warning, okay? If you are not interested or if you don't want to hear it, please go ahead and turn off the video or fast forward. But this is definitely a trigger warning. I'm getting that there was I'm having to be cautious because I don't want to get flagged on here. Very inappropriate advances and follow through. I'm getting with a religious leader and a child, especially in regard to adult content. If that has happened to you, or that is something that you are struggling with, and you are not seeing a licensed professional counselor or therapist, I do highly suggest you seek that out. I'm no longer practicing, but there are a lot of great resources and great treatment options to help you really navigate the complexity of situations like that. And it could have been that your family was very dismissive about it, that this mother figure didn't believe you, but believed that religious figure instead. Yeah, I got chill bumps from that. My heart hurts for you. To whoever I'm speaking to with this one. That's not love. That was power and control. That is not a reflection of you. And you do need to get some, some help with that, so it doesn't continue to affect your grown-up relationships. I have cold, yeah. Rise and shine. Stand up for yourself. Take your power and control back. You are in charge of your own. You are in charge of the boundaries that you set, and those boundaries teach other people how to love you. My candle is going crazy right now. You are worthy of healthy, respectful love. But you have to learn how to do it. And the only way for you to learn how to do it is to kind of delve into this past, as hard as it may be. Because, like I'd mentioned before, I think this was a generational thing. I think so. This could have there could have been that ABUSE with your mother, this maternal figure. It could have happened to her. Or somewhere farther back on the family line. And nothing was ever done to fix it. But you can take charge of this. Root, yeah, the foundation. Going back and creating your own foundations, what you stand for, what your values are. Healing that. And you have to start from the bottom and heal your way up. And you may have done this, but you have to keep going there. And by readdressing or going back to these family dynamics, it really does challenge that identity in your foundations. So I have totem. Yeah, I'm thinking with the Native Americans, that totem is a very sacred representation of the foundation that and the beliefs that they stand on. It's very protected symbolism there. And I think, that can be you. You are sacred. And I think you were shown or taught otherwise. So you don't think you're good enough, or you don't think that you could ever be that way. You are still sacred. And that's going to be you purging out some of those shadows. Because you were created by spirit in light and love. That doesn't change. And if this particular maternal figure was incapable of showing you healthy love because she never saw what it looked like herself and she never felt it herself. Because once you have kids, you don't automatically know how to be a good parent. That's just not how it works. If you were never shown healthy love, then you don't automatically know what healthy love is. And so maybe, this is a message for you to dig deep and recognize, okay, what is healthy love? And I've had to do this within, certain relationships within my life where I didn't think I was loved and valued, or, particular people that I had in my life were showing me a different kind of love. So I didn't feel good enough. I didn't feel worthy. I felt like everything was conditional, or that I was only worth something when I could give something. And that really had a negative pathway in some of my behavior patterns, especially in future relationships that I had, since then. And a turning point for me was really taking the time apart and honestly shutting myself off from the world and doing a lot of reflecting about who was there for me, gathering all those pieces of the china to put them back together. Who was there for me and who was not? And what did they show me? And was that really love? Did their actions match their words? And were their words different from their actions? And so really diving deep and going through the cobwebs. You'd get stuck in one place and then you'd get stuck in another, but then you can kind of tear a hole through here, and then you'd have, it got real mucky. And I recognized that most people on here on earth love from a place of ego. And that ego gets in the way a lot. Especially in matters where somebody may have to be vulnerable. And love is one of those places. Because vulnerability leaves you open. And then we introduce, concepts of fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of getting hurt, a whole list of fears. And so for me, what was pivotal was recognizing that, okay, the people that say they love you, it's kind of empty and from a place of ego. And that's where I turned to spirit. And I recognized that spirit does not have an ego. They honestly want you to experience life and love and joy. And so I allowed Spirit really into my heart and to lead and guide me. And in the process, I was able to begin to purge all of these negative self-values, negative self-beliefs, toxic relationships and toxic relationship patterns by incorporating boundaries and doing my own self-healing and looking at generational ancestral patterns that were learned and passed on. So you don't need anybody along this journey with you if they're not going to be able to love you from a pure place. Sometimes you have to get rid of things so that you can make room for new things. And I'm feeling that for who's watching, if you've stuck with me this long, there's something that's resonating with you. You have to do this work. You don't want to get stuck in it. God knows you don't want to be stuck in this place. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. This is where faith comes in. This is where hope comes in. And trust. And even if you don't trust in yourself yet, and even if you don't trust in other people yet, you can trust that Spirit and your spirit team, and that God will guide you, because there is a difference between spirituality and religion. And if you don't take anything else away from this, please recognize that. And I'm probably going to upset some people with the message that I'm giving, but I'm giving the message that I was given. Because I know in the truth that Spirit tells me and communicates with me. And I know that some of the messages that I give are going to piss some people off. Because there is a battle going on here on a spiritual level. Because what was done to you was not godly. And I'm going to apologize for you and to you. I am a mom myself. And I'm going to tell you, I am so, so, so sorry that that happened to you. You did not deserve it. In any way, shape, or form. And you are not responsible for that happening to you. It is unacceptable behavior. And I am so very sorry that you had to experience that. And I'm getting choked up here. Because that hurts my heart so much for any child to have to experience inappropriate behavior that a grown-up will take advantage of a gift from God, because that is what you are. And that person, justice will be served. You don't have to do it. You can pull your energy all the way back and have zero association with that, which may be best for you. but justice will be served for that. Because Spirit does not take kindly to anything that takes advantage of the innocent, especially children. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just having to take a minute to kind of get through that. And I'm sending you light and love. I am. And healing energy for this. It's going to get better because you are learning to love yourself. Cat got your tongue. That's that justice. Yep. I'm being told that for some of you, that cat is a spirit animal. Could be something for your totem or a totem animal. So look that up if you feel led to. Amen. I honestly think that is a very fitting place to end on, because God is going to intercede on your behalf and will have the final say. So you do you. You learn to love yourself. And by you learning to love yourself, and reparent yourself, and giving yourself your own time and energy and resources to work on your own healing, you are going to be able to have a healthier relationship with yourself and a healthy relationship with other people, because you're not going to put up with any of this stuff at all. And honestly, you're going to end up raising your the frequency of your vibration, because all emotions have a frequency of their own. And when you start healing and dealing with the lower vibrational emotions, such as, I don't have the chart in front of me, but if you look on the internet, you'll find it, the emotions chart with their frequency. But the denser energies, the grief and the sorrow and the frustration and all of those are lower density vibrations. And once you work on the healing and really start to clear it out, clear those things out and heal them, you're making room for the higher vibrational feelings. So you're never going to go back to this again once you start doing the healing the right way. Okay, I'm being told one more card. Nope, sorry, two more. I got one from this deck and then one from another one. All right, Spirit, final words for the viewer on this message. I know it's been a tough one. Okay. Oh, guys, blessing in disguise. Oh my gosh. What appears to be a problem is actually part of your answered prayer, so you'll understand the reasons behind your present situation as everything resolves. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayer in the best way. So you could have faced a current situation that really made you go deep into this family history of things. Okay, and oh, beautiful, beautiful. All right, we have the bear, which is strength. The bear symbolizes a strong source of support in times of difficulty and adversity. It may be time for you to stand up for your beliefs or your truth with strength and confidence. You are free to roam at will and follow your path. Yeah. You've got this. I believe in you. And like I said, I loved the work that I did when I worked as a mental health therapist. And we did a lot of deep dives into this type of situation. So I am very familiar with that energetic impression and what it feels like. This is nothing to be ashamed of. You did not do anything. You were taken advantage of. I hate the word victim. I do, because to me, people use it as an identifier and keep themselves stuck in that identity. This is a part of your story, and you are the one that gets to decide what parts of your story hold more weight. Could just be an event that you learned from, or it could be the main focus and everything revolves around that. So you have the power to decide what's important in your story or not on your journey. For me, any issues or any circumstances that I had where people could call me a victim or a survivor, I don't like it. Because to me, that's giving power to the other person. Those are just my personal beliefs for it, though. To me, I experienced a series of events, and I learned this, and this, and I learned that I will not accept this, and this, and that's just all there is to it. That's my viewpoint and how I approach things within my own life with situations that can really have long-lasting negative effects. I do also still encourage you, if you've not seeking a mental health therapist, to really search one out and find one that you feel comfortable with. If you see one and you just don't feel that connection with them, there are plenty of other ones. You have to feel safe and comfortable, especially if you are going to need to talk about things like this. You are the protector of your heart, so you need to learn a healthy way to do it, so you're not prohibiting your own wealth and abundance spiritually in the future by closing it off. Okay, guys, that was very intense. If there was something in here that resonated with you, or you feel led to like and subscribe to it, it just helps with the algorithm. If you need to contact me, my email information is in the description box. If you feel led to send me a message, it's not going to be shared with anybody. If you need to say something and you don't want to say it on the public platform, again, I am not licensed or practicing currently, so I cannot, do any kind of therapy with you or diagnosis with you. That's not going to be possible. But if you wanted to share some of your story, or like I said, any messages with me, send me an email, because this is a hard thing. But I genuinely do send light and love and healing, and want you to continue with your journey so you're not staying stuck in this particular energetic space. All right, guys. Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and close out today. And please focus on your self-care and prioritizing your own needs and boundaries. And that is going to help you a lot. And remember that Spirit loves you as you are, as you were, as you will be, always, because you were created in light and love, and that will never change. All right, thank you.